In many important ways, France is one of the homes of liberalism. Liberal ideas have had a tremendous influence within France and through French political and intellectual culture on the rest of the world. Certainly in the United States of America, if you think about Thomas Jefferson and his correspondence with Pierre Samuel Dupont de Nemours, with Antoine Laurent Claude Dessous de Tracy, with Jean-Baptiste Say and others, these ideas from France had a great impact on the American Republic and the early principles of limited government and the enjoyment of rights by individual citizens. And so France has a deep, important role in the entire transatlantic liberal civilization. But in addition, French thinkers paved the way for so many important innovations. Think about Jean-Baptiste Say and his important Say's law of markets, which is a really important way to understand how markets function, the role of the price system in coordinating production and consumption, investment, and so on. And Say also had the very singular role of improving economic discourse, to understand the importance of services as products of value. Prior to Jean-Baptiste Say, it was common to think that only physical products, these things that we consume, were additions to value. But Say pointed out it's actually services that we seek from them. My phone provides the service of communication, education, accounting, all the different things I can do with my phone today. They're services. And the reason I value the physical object is because of the services that it provides to me. So in a sense, even these physical objects are valued because of the stream of services that they produce. This is one of Jean-Baptiste Say's important contributions and insights. We should not have this primitive view, which persists in most discussion of international trade, that only merchandise trade, the physical heavy things we can carry, matter, and that services, which are a very important part of international trade, are unimportant. So sometimes they're not even counted. And this leaves out the important role that services have in producing value in life, and indeed the physical goods are valued because of the stream of services that they provide. Another quite significant figure for the spread of the ideas of liberty around the globe is my hero, Frédéric Bastiat. Bastiat wrote in such plain and simple and beautiful French, he had a nice wit and a nice style, that anyone can understand it. But they're deeply important ideas. His essay on what is seen and what is not seen is, I think, one of the most important and profound things ever written in economics. And I'm not alone in thinking that. Joseph Schumpeter and Friedrich Hayek and many others, including people on the left side, have pointed to Bastiat as having said the important things that needed to be said in economics, about international trade and about the important principle of opportunity cost. Every choice that we make has a cost. It's what we give up. And because we give it up, we don't see it. And the consequence, it's a little hard to talk about. In collective choice decisions, it's especially difficult because we see the benefit falling on recipients of state activity, for example, but we don't see what didn't happen as a consequence. All of the projects, the investments, the choices, the consumption that did not take place because some benefit was delivered by the state to somebody. Bastiat is so important, in my opinion, for understanding the contemporary world. And it's been my pleasure over the course of decades to help people to translate Bastiat into Vietnamese, into Portuguese, into Chichewa, into Kiswahili, into Russian, into Ukrainian, into so many languages, because he speaks the language of liberty and rationality, of reason and tolerance and respect that can be understood in any language. So I invite you to acquaint yourself with the beautiful and grand tradition of French liberalism.